I'm gonna do a little paddock move this morning, and the cows know that we're gonna do something fun. Good morning, everyone. So I just did a paddock move this morning, and I've had the cattle across the fence there, and we're in a bit of a drought here. We've been about 3 weeks without rain, so I've been slowing the cattle down just a little bit and taking advantage of the stronger grass, meaning it's cured more, there's not as much water in it, and the grass has a little bit more power to it versus the fast growing grass. When there's lots of rain, that grass is just not as stout, just not as strong for the cattle. So when it's dry, I'll slow them up a little bit, trying to save as much grass ahead of me so we can keep moving in the eventuality that it could turn into a really tough drought. We've got rain in the forecast next week, but we don't know whether that will materialize or not. But I just wanted to show you this paddock. The grass is good. We're really in good shape. The grass is still green here. I'm going to show you the next paddock that we just moved out of, and I'll show you the grass and how we've taken about half, trampled half, and that grass will grow back quicker, but I'll show you that here in just a minute. Look at this little package of goodness here. All these calves are concentrated around the watering trough and exploring, trying to figure out what in the world this new paddock is and where the new waters are. But those are some fall calves, and always fun to look at them and reinvigorate yourself with what you're trying to accomplish. So those are all half South Pole, half Angus cross cow calves, and one of them there, you can't see it real good because of the shade, but one of them that just looked at me there, that little calf is all red, and the rest of these are more black than red, but they've got some red in them. And so these these South Pole bulls, they definitely throw the red gene, and we'll get some totally red calves every once in a while now that you can't tell the difference between a straight-blooded South Pole and any other kind of cattle. So always fun watching these calves learn the world and explore and figure things out. This is one little area, probably about a 6-acre area of the pasture they just came out of. And sorry for the shade, it's relatively early in the morning, so the sun and the trees are casting shadows, but this is Tifton 85. And it looks not so spiffy on camera. There's a lot more green in here than what you see on that last little view, but here's looking down into the canopy, and you can see this green, and the cattle still eat this. I haven't forced them to, and only because I'm again trying to take the tips of the leaves, which is the part of the grass that has all the energy in it, and I want to leave plenty of cover for the ground, particularly during this drought. It's just it's hot and it's dry for sure, but this is Tifton 85. It's a hybrid Bermuda grass. I'm standing in it right now, and it's almost up to my knee. If I pull this up, it's clear up to my thigh. But that's a good Bermuda grass. It grows really fast. It's got good protein content, and this is just one part of the pasture they just came out of. So this is gradually spreading. We planted this several years ago by hand, by sprigging it, which is a tough way to do it, particularly if you don't have the equipment. But anyway, if you look out at the landscape going the other direction, hopefully the camera's picking it up, you can see a bit more green. But there's some green in here, and they go through it and pick out the green. The stems and the things that are left is actually good forage still. It just doesn't make for nice manure pats that have the little pond in the center. They just stack up a little bit more, but it's still pretty good forage. So again, paddock we just came out of. This is another section of that paddock, which is coastal Bermuda grass, much finer stemmed. You can see there's still some green left in here, but a good mat of grass that has left the ground totally covered, which is what we want, particularly in the hot and the dry of this time of year. Excellent ground cover. They've taken about half, we're leaving half, and then this with a little bit of rain, man, it will really blossom and grow, and we'll get some good forage. So this is kind of how I'm trying to graze these Bermuda pastures, and trying to do the best we can to improve our grass stand, improve cattle condition, and rejuvenate the land. And this was just a sand hill. It's a sandy loam soil, but more sand than loam, and densely covered with trees and brush. Yopon is the understory of brush. It looked like that country over there, just thick, thick, thick. You couldn't even walk through it. And we came in and cleared this and then planted grass. It's coastal in parts. We did the Tifton 85, and then there's some Bahia grass that's interspersed in here. But this has really turned out to be a really good pasture, and so we're continuing the journey. This is another part of that same pasture, and we did 8 4 to 5 acre paddock moves through this pasture, and this section is mostly Bahia grass. I fed a little bit of Johnson grass hay here over the winter. This is where I bedded down the cattle during Snowmageddon, when it was so cold and we had so much snow here. I unrolled hay here just so the cattle had a place to lay down, and they would eat, lay down, and the part that they soiled and pooped and peed on, it decomposed, and I was worried that it wouldn't decompose and totally go away this first year, but I mean, it has really improved the fertility of this ground. And so you can see here we've trampled a bunch of grass. We still got a lot of forage here. If I pick this up, you can see there's still a lot of forage. But trampling the grass, laying it over, allowing it to decompose, feed the soil, grow more grass, it's just incredible how doing the unrolling of the hay, the managed intensive grazing, moving the cattle, it's incredible how it's improved this soil. So I highly recommend it, and I appreciate you guys watching. If you'd subscribe, hit the like button. Same stuff that I do for videos that I watch that I really enjoy. I'm trying to build the channel, and I appreciate your help. Have a great day.